Week 11, Video 2. Profiling bias, region, caste, gender, and linguistic identity in forensic analysis. When language mirrors identity, bias becomes a real risk. Welcome back. Today, we step into a delicate and essential conversation, profiling bias. Every person speaks through a lens shaped by region, culture, gender, education, and social history. When these identities enter forensic analysis, there is a risk. The linguist may unconsciously judge the speaker rather than the language. Profiling bias occurs when analysis confuses linguistic features with stereotypes. Our task is to understand it, to recognize it, and most importantly, to dismantle it. So, what is profiling bias in forensic linguistics? Profiling bias occurs when a linguist attributes meaning, intent, or credibility to someone based on their linguistic identity instead of objective analysis. Bias has many forms: judging intelligence by grammar, judging honesty by fluency, judging aggression by dialect, judging credibility by accent, judging social status by vocabulary. Bias distorts forensic analysis and can lead to injustice, especially in diverse countries like India, where linguistic variation is immense. Region-based bias, when linguistic diversity is misread. India's linguistic richness is extraordinary, but this richness can lead to misinterpretations. A direct statement common in Rajasthan may be perceived as rude elsewhere. A Tamil speaker's avoidance of pronouns may be misunderstood as evasive. A northeastern speaker's English tone may be misread as overly formal. Regional patterns are not behavioral traits, they're linguistic traditions. Recognizing this protects individuals from unfair judgment. Caste and socio-linguistic bias, a hidden danger in Indian context. Caste influences educational access, exposure to standardized language, and conventional norms. Courts must never treat a person's linguistic variety as evidence of credibility or guilt. A witness from a marginalized caste may speak differently, but difference does not diminish the truth. Linguists must consciously resist societal hierarchies infiltrating forensic analysis. Ethical practice demands that all dialects be treated as valid linguistic systems. Gender bias. Women's language is often judged more harshly. Women often face stereotypes about emotion, confidence, politeness, or assertiveness. A woman expressive fear may be labeled dramatic. A woman speaking directly may be labeled disrespectful. These judgments seep into legal perception. Linguists must strip away gendered expectations and examine only the evidence. Language is not masculine or feminine, it is human. And humans express themselves in many ways. Bias in code switching and multilingual expression. Younger generations frequently code switch. People move between languages based on emotion, context, or identity. Police reports, courtrooms, or even families may treat code switching as indecisiveness or dishonesty. But code switching is not confusion, it is linguistic richness. In forensic contexts, Mixing languages carries important meaning, but must never be judged morally or socially. A linguist must interpret it functionally, not emotionally. Case reflection, bias affecting interpretation of a Dalit student's testimony. In a sensitive university case, a Dalit student's emotionally intense language was initially dismissed as exaggeration by authorities. A forensic linguist intervened, pointing out how culturally rooted idioms like "मेरा दिल टूट गया" or "सांस रुक सी गई" or "अब मैं क्या जीवूं" express emotional truth. It doesn't express manipulation. Recognizing sociolinguistic background prevented wrongful minimization of the student's suffering. Case reflection, misreading Northeast Indian English as too mechanical. In a cyberbullying case, the victim's English was described as too formal, leading some to question authenticity. But the structure matched typical Northeast Indian English, grammatically strong, rhythmically distinct, and lexically formal. Recognizing linguistic identity allowed experts to validate the text as genuine and protect the victim's credibility. Bias in accents, when sound becomes a barrier to justice. Accents are powerful carriers of social perception. A strong vernacular accent in police testimony may be unfairly perceived as less credible. A polished English accent may be overvalued. Linguists must ensure that accent does not become a proxy for trust. In phonetic analysis, we judge sounds scientifically, not socially. Online profiling bias, the illusion of behavior-based texting style. Online communication has unique ecosystems. Short replies do not indicate rudeness, no. Delayed responses do not indicate guilt. Excess emojis do not indicate immaturity. All caps may indicate emphasis and not aggression. Forensic linguists must interpret texting style within digital norms, not through personal expectation. Ethical safeguards against profiling bias. Bias prevention requires corpus-based comparison, awareness of social stereotypes, self-reflective practice, consultation with culturally knowledgeable peers, and explicit documentation of interpretative justification. These safeguards ensure fair, credible, and unbiased expert testimony. Responsibility, the linguist as a cultural bridge. A forensic linguist is not merely an analyst. They are a bridge that is connecting different linguistic worlds. A linguist's responsibility is to ensure that no person is misjudged because their language reflects their identity. The goal is not uniformity. The goal is justice. Bias is not the enemy. Unexamined bias is. Thank you for joining this critical session. Bias is quite natural. Everyone has it. But forensic linguists must examine it, name it, and neutralize it. This discipline earns its power not from expertise alone, but from fairness. In the next video, we take this conversation forward by exploring data privacy and consent, an issue at the heart of digital era forensic practice. Thank you.